Okay, we are going live today. I am going to invite Alex in here. We're going to be talking about wellness, love life, kind of everything over 40. We are working on. Hi! Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
good. Just trying to figure this out. I didn't want to get notified when the live video. Okay, okay. Hello.
Hi!
How are you?
Good. So I guess we're going to start here on Instagram.
All right.
TikTok, we have to kind of get over a certain amount of followers, which I'm sure we'll do after this episode. And then we will be able to do a live on there. So this is just as good.
Absolutely. Salute or salamati.
Cheers.
Oh.
I have tea. I'm so exciting tonight. I have tea. So
I don't. I don't have to get the boys up so early, so I'm actually having a cocktail. So
nice.
cheers.
Very nice. Cheers. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So tonight we are going to kind of be introducing our modern love left, something that Alex and I are doing, which is going to be a lot of fun, very informative. We're going to be talking about love, everything over 40, finances, and we're going to test, question, and kind of rewrite everything that you thought you knew about love, health, wealth, and relationships.
Things
So,
change on the daily. And,
absolutely.
to be honest, what for me, and I know Ange does the same thing, we gab all the time. We are already moving our lips, constantly talking about money, men, religion, politics, sex, men that are not even in our relationships, women that we see out here, and it's like, wow, there's a lot to be had with being over 40 years old, dealing with life, kids. So we thought, okay, if we're gonna be yapping anyways, why not bring you guys all in, and why don't you share your stories and start yapping with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you have any questions, you have any comments, you can type it into the comments there. You can give us a little wave on the bottom. That'll kind of share it even more throughout our followers and everything. But yeah, we're going to be very light, very fun. I guess we're also, if you want to tonight, we could start with relationships and finance and how those two kind of go hand in hand with what's
Woo!
going
That is
on in the
definitely
world.
top of mind.
Yeah.
Definitely top of mind. But let me ask you this, Ange, for our viewers out there, why don't you share what led you to want to even start this kind of podcast and talk about it? I know that you and I shared our ideas a
Mhm.
few years ago. This was a few years back that when we were together, we're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, the world seems kind of wonky, hurting in this area, but I'm going to leave it for you. So what do you think? What is your reasoning behind all this?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do this just because we have a great time when we talk. And I feel like we talk every day almost with between our group chat and just you and me chatting, and we're always kind of lifting each other up and just rooting for each other, really deep down rooting for each other. And I don't know if a lot of women have that or have a good support system. And I feel like a lot of things are still taboo to be spoken about. And we kind of say it all. So I,
I got the ruler out, guys. Listen, I got the
yeah.
ruler out because you just hit something about being taboo. It
Mhm.
is a blessing when you feel so comfortable with your friend or that your person, right? Where you can just put it out there, what you're doing, all of it.
Yeah.
No fillers, no fluff. This is what's going down,
Right.
right?
And no
So,
judgment. And
so
no
no judgment.
judgment. If anything, I mean, because I feel like when I was younger, I could have heard some things and been like, what is she talking about? Now I'm like, explain this to me. This
let me
sounds a
let me
little
take a footnote
intriguing.
here. Not just notes. Let me take a footnote. Hold on.
Exactly. So, yeah, I just think that the more things are spoken about, because I feel like as soon as you hit 40, the old mind concept was you're kind of you're done. Like you've been in your prime, and that's not anymore. Women that are in their
Oh no.
40s and 50s and 60s are looking younger and younger compared to back in the day, or just our way of thinking is a little bit more organic, and we're not just going with the flow. We're
I was going to say, not only are we looking younger, right? But the
Mhm.
mentality has changed, because I
Yeah,
always bring up this whole picture analogy. If 30 years ago you would have said, yeah, I'm 60 years old, literally 30 years ago, guys, they would have pulled a chair out for you and said, okay, why don't you have a seat? You must be tired.
right.
Now,
Yeah.
for you all that, know or don't know, for example, my husband is over 60 years old,
Mhm.
and he is going full steam ahead. So
Right.
the ideology, the mentality, the expectation,
Yeah.
right, is like,
Yeah.
no, you're just starting. You better reinvent yourself. You better learn how to reinvent yourself, get into tech, get into all of that. So you're right. The mindset, not only we're looking younger, but people's expectations of you, just because you're
Mhm.
40, 50, 60, doesn't mean it's time to like retire. Oh no,
Right.
au contraire.
Right. Actually, at 40, I felt energized. I finally felt like I had my purpose to start my journey that meant more than just following the norm of climb the corporate ladder, get married, climb the like all of that, to where I feel like I'm definitely more selective and I'm more calculated on what I put my energy into.
Calculated is good, tactful is good, but I'm not gonna lie to you, girl. I mean, I've had to get blood work after blood work because I was thinking, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is happening here? I am tired. What is going on? So, hormones for me, guys, I don't know. I mean, with all the crap that they're putting in our foods and all the stuff that's going on with, our cosmetics, or just even dishwash soap or
Yeah.
laundry detergent, it's messing up. So for me, it's like, okay, let's get some blood work. Let me get on some peptides, whatever I need to do to feel better. So,
Absolutely.
and I'm doing it, and
Yeah.
I'm doing so.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you get up how early? I mean, you get up early. You have kids.
I was getting up at 6 a.m., but now I've dialed that back to, like, I would say before 5:40, between
Mhm.
5:30 and 5:38. I'm naturally up, because I need some downtime before
Right.
I have to deal with the kids and get them all taken care of, because I try to focus a lot on them first thing in the morning, especially to build them up, make them feel good, and
Right.
it's a lot of work, guys, but I love it. I mean, I love it. I definitely love it. So, what do you think, girl? Be honest about this whole finance and relationships. Has that affected you? How has that affected you? Because I can
I
tell you
mean,
it's affected my relationship.
it has, and luckily I have a partner that is, he's like, all right, whatever you want to do. I mean, let's do it. And we are lucky to where he is retired from a career that he worked, 30 years for, and he's still working. But we also have a business together, and that's kind of what
He's
pushed us to
young, girl.
that.
He's really young.
He
And
is.
that is young.
He's 52, but he started, in law enforcement when he was young,
Yeah,
and now he teaches kids and he works at the environmental center. So he gets to
nice.
kind of, kayak and teach about bugs and skulls and everything Florida related. So it's a nice, chill um, difference than what he was doing before. But we have fun together, so we created a business together. Which is funny because neither of us really drink much. If we do, it's a special occasion. If we're on vacation, if we go out, I mean, but we're not ones to just, it's Tuesday, I'm gonna have a drink. So we created a luxury mobile bartending business because we
Nice.
went to a wedding and we thought, huh, look at that tip jar. That's kind of, we could do, and we thought, you know what? We're going to elevate it. We're not going to just show up at the table. We're going to have a custom bar made. And so we are a luxury mobile bartending
I've
service.
seen some of your work.
And it's fun.
I would say it's class. I would say it's class.
Thank you.
But no lie, for me, with the economy and the
Hmm.
inflation and everything going up year after freaking year, it has affected, when I say my relationship, I'm married to my best friend. I love him. We also work together, all that jazz. But as far as the relationship,
Hmm.
getting close has been
Right.
uh tested a little bit,
I'm
and
sure.
we've been in our honeymoon phase since we've been together. So we've been married for over
Yeah.
14 years. It'll be 15 years at the end of August or middle of August. So we have never had any issues there. But I'm not gonna lie, when it gets tight, because
Hmm.
we're both in commission, and when it gets tight, I'm not looking to,
Hmm. It's stressful.
jump into, okay, let's let's have a date night. It's like,
Right.
nah. So I
Yeah.
will say finances has affected our mojo a little bit. But
Yeah.
luckily, we always get past it. But the
Right.
reality is when it does get tight, that for me, that's how it's affected me. I don't know how it affects you guys.
Well, I
Um,
think women naturally just go in their head and they think there's a million different things spinning and they're like, well, how can I do this? And what can I do to get here? And what do we, where men, I think they can shut it off a little bit better to get to the fun time. Where we just, we get in our own heads.
I think they use that as a way of uh,
Release.
coping. Coping, and God bless them. That's great, but
Mhm.
me wanting to like hook it up is not going
Yeah.
to make, okay, how am I going to get this worked out
Right.
situation? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I know so many people are dealing with that right now. I mean,
Yeah.
it is a real thing that we're all dealing with. And
Mhm.
I mean, most people that I know, I mean, and there are people that I know are, I outside looking in, you would think they would never have money problems or
Mhm.
ever. Like, I mean, someone's both are working, both this and that. But nope, that's
Right.
not true, because if you get someone alone after 10 minutes, you're like, "Hey,
Mhm.
yeah, you are really going through it as
Right.
well."
And that
So,
was another reason why I thought this was a good idea because a lot of, even when you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok, you go on Facebook, everything looks wonderful. And nothing is real that you really see
no, it's
on
not.
social media. Everything is edited. I mean, so much AI now that, and that's fun and that's great. But when you actually, both of us being in sales, when you actually talk to people,
Right.
everyone is struggling with some of the same stuff that nobody wants to talk about. So, and
I
when
would,
you do, at the end of it, you're hugging and you're, it's
yeah.
it's cathartic.
Right, I agree with you. I will say, well, let me ask you this, because I already know my answer. But if you were to do a pool of people, let's say a pool of 30 people that you've talked to in the last month or a couple of weeks, right? What would you say would be the number one issue that they're talking about? What are the top two issues that you've noticed out of the 30 people, let's say, that you've talked
I
to?
would say if I was in store working, because I do a lot of freelance in retail, in salons and spas for cosmetics and skincare and hair products, I would say when I'm talking to a client, price point is, everyone is shopping differently. They are trying to get the best value and try to get the same quality and
Right.
clean ingredients. So many people are waking up to what is really put in our skincare and in our food,
Oh,
and I love it because they're really educated on what should not be in there, and it's very hard to find. So
right.
that I would say is number one, is that women over 40, because that's usually my clients of who I deal with. They are really searching for healthy products that are non-toxic for the
But
most
it's
part, that
finances
they
though.
can afford.
So right, so that they can afford. So
Right.
it goes back to, so you're saying money is the
Yes.
top of
Yes.
mind. What would be
Yes.
the second you think that you're noticing from everybody?
The second, I would say I mean, if I'm going into like with friends and everything, a lot of the people I'm coming in contact with are more spiritual, or they're wanting to become more spiritual. I'm seeing more people go back to church, and more people read the Bible, and more people feeling okay with talking about God or Jesus or whatever religion that they believe
That's
in.
nice.
And I like that because it's like a little resurgence of where, it wasn't cool before. And now, the way the world is going and how much hate is out there, and we need something. And I think it's making a lot of people feel better to, walk and talk and pray and all of that. So I would definitely say recentering into more of a spiritual lifestyle.
Yeah, I would say, because I talk to people every single day. I mean, I'm talking to a new face uh, every day, if not multiple new people on a daily basis. And I like to connect with people, clients or not. And it just, after talking with them a few different times, things come up. And I would say the top two: finances, money is the first thing that seems to come up and is top of mind, and what is leading them with their decision making of anything like the house, the
Right.
rate, you name it, right? Second, if they're not dealing with finances, relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It could be personal relationships, or it could be something going on with your family, mostly personal relationships. And
Absolutely.
that's kind of blown me away,
Yeah.
to be
Although,
honest with
I
you.
mean, most of my friends are single, and
Wow.
it's they're having the hardest time, and it's men and women. I mean, I go to the gym and I have men coming up to me that, are friendly and talk to me and Mike, and they're like, how do I find a good girl?
Listen,
Yeah.
I think it's listen, I'm going to call BS a little bit, okay? Because if I were single and being at the age that I'm at, even with the two kids, I really believe with the world as it is now, I'd be able to find a really good partner that would give their left arm to want to be in a relationship with a
Mhm.
woman like me. And even with the two kids, right? Thank God I don't have to deal with that because I have an amazing husband, and I don't want that. I always say they don't make men like Mark anymore. They don't. But if
Yes.
I were to have to start over,
Yeah.
I don't buy this. Oh, where do I find a good man? Where do I find a girl? It's like, guys, I mean,
So,
where are you looking? Like, what are you doing? What is the
well,
energy you're putting out?
well, that's the key thing, is that a lot of it is smoke and mirrors on social media. So it's always like the grass is greener. They'll go on Facebook and they go on to, the Facebook, like the little dating thing, and like hundreds of people will pop in there, and it's like a meat market.
Wait a minute.
So
So Facebook has a dating app?
it's just like a little icon you can click on, and
I
you
didn't know
can
that.
put in your name, your height, your weight, a couple pictures, what you're looking for, and then people will, I guess, that are on there, like scroll through it and I've never been on like Match.com or any of that, but I hear it's like that. And again, you can filter your photos, and it's, everyone is always like, okay, well, I'm talking to 10 people, but that one person that you do like, they're talking to 10 people, and so many people don't want to pick up the phone like they used to, because it's a weird thing. It's like everything is texting, and I
Listen,
love you
you,
know
you
me, I love to text, but you have to be able to have a conversation with
guys,
somebody.
girls, you can't. This whole matchmaking, it's just a way to get laid. Both men and women,
Yes.
they're looking for a way to get laid. That's it. You know it. I know it. And you know it. You know it. So you got to get yourself out there.
You
This
do, and
whole thing,
that's
like you said,
why
no.
I think I wanted to do this, because between you and me, and I really wanted to bring an elevated, classy, elegant service to quality men and women that can find a quality partner, not
It's going to take
just
effort, but
a
it's going to
hookup.
take effort. You can't be behind a screen
Right.
and say, okay, and swiping left or swiping
Hmm.
right or whatever you want
Yeah.
to do. You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I mean, what
Absolutely.
were we doing in 1995, 1992,
Mhm.
2000? I mean, was everybody on matchmaker.com, or, I mean, just call it
No,
getlaid.com, because that's
no.
really what it is.
Yeah.
Let's get
Absolutely. And
real.
it is. It's, it's very easy to hide behind the computer screen and the phone when you're connecting with somebody, but when you're face to face is really when, so that's why I think going forward this is going to be great, because we'll be able to actually connect people in a real way. Even if it's like I really want to try to do, we'll have to get together, I'll have to come to Georgia. I really want to do where you do the speed dating,
Yeah.
and you get like however much time, and then you talk, because instantly if you click with somebody, or you don't.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
want to say something really quick. One of the best pieces of advice my mom gave me when I was starting to really date, she was like, listen, you got to get out there and get some practice dates in.
Yeah.
Basically, what the guys and girls were doing in the 1950s, they were
Hmm.
all getting together in the gym auditorium, and what were they doing? They were doing dances, they were doing
Right.
socials,
Right.
basically socializing
Mm-hmm.
Guys, girls, you need to get out and do like quick little dates, guys. And I talk to a lot of guys about this, and the first thing that the guys say to me, and you know what they say? I don't have the money to like go out on all these dates.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, just go to the park. You know, wherever you are, there's like a cute little gelato place. There's a lake. There's like in town parks. Women just want to connect, and a lot of them don't want to say, "Yeah, I'm going to go and sit with you for like, and eat an hour and a half."
Right. Right. Because that's
But
awkward. That can be so awkward.
that would be so awkward. But my mom gave me the best advice. She was like, get out and get out as many practice dates that you can, because then
Mm-hmm.
you get comfortable with the
Right.
opposite sex.
Right. Yes.
And
Because there is a technique and there is a game
oh,
that's played
it's an
between the
art.
two. Mm-hmm. It is
There's
an
an
art.
art. And
Yeah.
if you learn how to comfortably be with the opposite sex,
Mm-hmm.
just to
And
be comfortable,
allow the chase.
allow the chase a
Mm-hmm.
hundred
Yeah.
percent. Because
Yeah.
I do have a lot of girlfriends, like you said, I do have also a lot of girlfriends that are single, and I don't know why they're single, but they are. And
Mm-hmm.
they always blame it. Oh, the men out here is dogs. They're just, it's not the same anymore. Listen, you are
Yeah.
putting it all out there on the first date, on the second date. You're not giving them an opportunity to come after you, because by nature, they want to run. They want to
Yeah.
start
Yep.
coming on, right? And
Yep.
if you're not giving them that opportunity, we can talk a lot more about that later. But I'm just saying, Mom, thank you. Up in heaven, thank you, because your girl
Yeah.
went on so many practice days.
Moms have the best advice.
Oh, because they've been there, done that. They knew.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you're right. This whole age of AI and perfection and fake media,
Yeah.
it's dooming the dating world. It is.
It makes it hard. And I mean I used to tell people go to the gym. Don't sign up for Planet Fitness where you can get in for $9 a month because you're going to have crowded gym,
Absolutely.
tripods everywhere, and people
Great
filming
networking.
themselves.
Great
Join
networking.
a join a gym that is, like a smaller gym or a gym in a better area where it's not going to be as crowded, and you can kind of talk to people if you want to. But I do
Absolutely.
notice it too when I go to the gym. Everyone has their ear pods in, which I get. You want to listen to your music. I'm not there to socialize either, but there'll be eye contact made. And you'll go there for like a year and you don't know his name. There's very subtle ways that you can get somebody to walk over to you to
A
start talking.
100%.
Yeah.
And those guys, believe me, there are a lot of good men. From what I've seen, there are a lot of great guys out there that want a relationship, a solid
Yeah.
relationship. So
Yeah.
many men get a bad rap.
Oh,
That's what
absolutely.
I really feel like so many good men, good eggs out there that can really bring it to the table to this girl, and they're not given an opportunity. I mean,
They're
they're
not because a lot of the culture now too, especially when I go to work and I hear a lot of the freelancers talking, it's all about what they can get from a guy, really. And that's it. And they're
yeah, but
going
what age
on.
group is that? Like, what age
They're
group?
like I would say late 20s into 30s, and they're dating older. They're dating older because they want to be taken care of. So then you have the women that are a little older, over 40, and they're dating at a different type of they're dating with different intention,
Right.
and they're missing out on a lot of those men that are being preoccupied by a lot of these younger girls who are giving it up just to get some steak.
So let me tell you something. Okay,
I
so
hate to
steak.
say that.
How about chimichurri too?
Exactly.
Girls, I hope you're getting some chimichurri on the side. Listen, I will say this. Okay, you hit something on the head, because I've got a really good guy friend, and he has told me for years. And this guy is handsome. He's got his stuff together. He's a great guy. Love him. And he's so handsome that women hit on him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. I've known it's
Yeah.
what. But you know what he says to me? He says, especially in Atlanta, and I don't know how it is there in Florida. He goes, but especially in Atlanta, and he doesn't say an age group. Okay, he says women only want to date men with money, and they're only looking for what can you do for me?
Yes, same
But
here.
I don't, from the women that I know that are single, and I don't see just that. They don't want a schlub, but they
Hmm.
want someone that's got their crap together, right?
Right. Right. No,
So
I hear the same exact thing here. And a lot of men give up because they feel that that's all that women want. So you have both sexes pulling back because they think, I want this, but he wants this, and it vice versa. And it's a hard tug of war. So I think bringing those two groups together that are looking for a genuine relationship is going to be like, it's just going to be perfect.
it's going to be amazing because
Yeah.
there is.
And fun.
And oh yeah, and fun because and no one's saying. And listen, I will say this, and maybe we can like kind of wrap up from here
Hmm.
because I do want to give a lot more, on this
Yeah.
topic later. But I will say that a lot of women, right, that are not in their 20s, I'm talking about 40 and up,
Hmm.
they they really want a good relationship, and I've seen the same thing with the men.
Yeah.
So just like you said, I think that them coming together, I really do feel like the men, because a lot of women think, oh well, if I'm not 25, he's not after me, and it's like, no, that's
That's
not
not.
that's
Mm-mm,
not true.
mm-mm.
That's
That's
not
not
true.
true. That's not
This
true at all.
this
And a
really good
lot.
looking guy that I was talking about, my friend, he has specifically said they have to be age appropriate. I'm not dating younger girls. He goes, a lot of my friends have done it. One is still in a relationship. It's a nightmare. He goes, it's a nightmare. I'm not going to do it. He goes,
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it. And I think a lot more men are thinking the same way. It's like, I'm going to get a woman who's maybe 5, 6 years younger, or even 5, 6 years older, or the same age. I think a lot of men at this point want a relationship, a real
Hmm. They
relationship.
want a partner.
They want a partner.
Hmm.
They want
Yeah.
someone who's like 25, 26. I mean, yeah, they can bang it out with him, but how long, realistically, how
Right.
long is that going to last? And
Right.
they know that now.
Yeah.
I think we're in that era.
Yeah. Everybody
Yes,
wants. Yep.
guys, yes.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do it.
I want to say quick shout out. Hi Charlotte. Hi Hannah. Hi Andrea. And hi um. Ooh, someone else just joined. Ooh. Amalia. So we have a lot of new guests. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, just type it in there. We can get to it. But this is our first episode tonight. We just did a short little intro to us. We'll be doing this weekly, a couple times a week. We will announce on Facebook, here on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube when are going to have a new episode up. If we
Nice.
do a live, we'll announce that in the morning. But yeah, we want to keep this fun and lively and interactive.
Let's do it. Let's do it, gang.
Yeah.
And I love you, and
Aw.
I always enjoy just rapping with you, girl.
Yes. I
I
love you
take so
too.
much from it. So thanks.
Yes. All right. Have a good night and I'll see you soon.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.